All right, listen to this because this is golden.
Is in Britain, we have had over quarter of a million people issued non-crime hate incidents. As we speak, there are people in prison for quite literally reposting memes. We have extensive prison sentences and for tweets, social media posts, and general free speech issues. Would the Trump administration consider political asylum for British citizens in such a situation?
Well, to your latter question, it's a very good one. I have not heard that proposed to the president, nor have I spoken to him about that idea, but I certainly can and talk to our national security team and see if it's something the administration would entertain.
Yes, please.
To your first...
Now, I don't know who this gentleman is, but if he is British, he is a national treasure. Like, what he just did is something that I also suggested back in 2018, where hate speech laws became a thing. And I was pointing out that, yeah, like, according to the international community, if you have, like, political beliefs, you know, let's say you're against mass migration, or you're against the way that the politicians are handling things, and you're posting that online, and you risk going to jail because of that, or if you have a case like Count Dankula, where he taught his dog how to do a Nazi salute because he thought that's edgy and funny, as it would shock his girlfriend, and then the entire judicial system and the media started prosecuting him for that joke. Well, I said that in America, the laws are different. In the United States, you have free speech. And so you can actually attempt, like, I don't know if they would grant it, but you can attempt to claim asylum because you're being persecuted for your beliefs. And apparently now someone actually asked this. And I don't see why it wouldn't be possible. I mean, this thing already happens with other nations. Like, for instance, if you have someone from North Korea that manages to escape into South Korea, and he says, like, look, I can't go back because I'm against communism and I'm for capitalism and they will persecute me there, then yeah, like, the South Koreans can grant him asylum. If you have a journalist that is fleeing from a South American country and they say, well, I spoke nasty shit about the cartels, I made some really nasty articles about them and now they want me dead, yeah, like, they would grant him asylum. If you have a person that is from the European Union and spoke nasty stuff about Ursula von der Leyen, maybe, you know, he called a German Green politician to be plump, why shouldn't he be granted asylum? Like, he's not violating any laws in the United States, right? Like, they have free speech there. You can call Joe Biden senile. You can call Donald Trump little hands. Like, that's fine, right? But in the European Union, that could be a crime. And so he does have an argument for receiving asylum. It's the same thing that already happens with, you know, people from Muslim nations that say, well, I became an atheist, and if I go back, they'll persecute me for it. Like, it's anti-Islamic what I'm doing. Or you can have women fleeing Islam, right? And they're fleeing because they were outspoken, like they did activist or something. So this is the situation right now, you know? Like, it wasn't the case 20 years ago. Like, the European Union did value free speech, but this is a slow boiling of the frog where you have, like, this very gentle, creeping legislation where, you know, the things that you can say online are becoming more and more restricted. And the difference is that the United States actually has common sense in applying censorship. Because the United States, you know, especially the Democrats, they're not big free speech activists either. But at least they have the common decency to do it behind closed doors. At least they're being a little bit more subtle about it. You know, they would just work with Twitter, they would work with Facebook, they would work with Google behind closed doors. It's like, hey, can you use your algorithms to suppress this? Can you use your algorithms to boost that? The European Union is doing that, but on top of that is also using legislation. And so, for instance, you had people in Germany getting in trouble with members of the Green Party because they insulted the Green representatives on Gab or on other social media places, you know? And it's so petty as well. It's so fucking petty. Like, there was a case a couple of weeks ago where the equivalent of the German FBI was requiring Andrew Torba, the CEO of Gab, to provide with all the information from one of their users because a sitting member of the Green Party complained that this guy called her fat online. Now, I looked at the picture and I found it interesting that no one was trying to fact check whether or not she is, but people immediately started prosecuting, because apparently, like, reality doesn't have anything to do with it. Like, calling a politician fat is beyond the pale. Like, they're the new aristocracy, right? Like, the joke that we're going into neo-feudalism isn't just a joke anymore. Like, there are your betters, there are your superiors, they're not your civil servants anymore, right? Like, they are there in order to occupy a position, preferably for life, from your taxpayer money, surrounded by obscene levels of luxury, safety, and comfort. And on top of that, you don't get to speak negative to them. Like, when you see them on the streets, you need to bow. Like, make sure that your eyes are facing the ground, never upwards. The same way when they present themselves on social media, that they issue a decree, you know, or an opinion. Like, you're not supposed to reply to that. You're not supposed to have anything negative to say. The only thing you're supposed to do is to click the like and retweet button, and that's it. And that's the new way that the European Union is heading. And the United Kingdom, the same. Like, in the United Kingdom, there were people indeed arrested and prosecuted for memes, for, you know, having just, like, normal political takes. The thing that is interesting is that saying in the UK that there are only two genders would get you in trouble a couple of months ago. But now even their Supreme Court are saying, yeah, okay, there are only two genders. So you have like this bizarre situation where, you know, it doesn't really matter what the truth is. There's no debate. It's just like, do what the government says. Like 3 months ago, there are many genders. It's a spectrum. Now there's only two. You can still say that there's a spectrum, like no one is going to punish you for it, but, you know, now at least you can say it's two and be safe. And so this needs to actually be pushed into the overtone window. Like, people need to start talking about it, because, like, most people don't even know that it's happening. Like, if you ask the average person on the street, like, where do you think they arrest more people for shit they say, Russia or the UK? They will say Russia. But unfortunately, like, look, the facts don't align. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I would like to say it's Russia. It should be Russia. But when you're looking at who's getting arrested over memes and tweets, well, the United Kingdom is actually in competition with Russia to see who is going to take the crown. And questions like this is bringing it into the public discourse. It's making people starting to think about it. And it's like, well, but why do we have to live this way? Like, our parents didn't live like this. Our grandparents didn't live like this. Like, what changed? What exactly is bringing up, like, this need to censor people over trivial shit they say online? Because we're not talking about terrorism anymore, you know? Like, that's how it started. We're not talking about harassment or abuse. Like, it's getting to the point where you teach a dog how to do a Nazi salute, and apparently that's considered a public emergency. Like, the entire British government is now under threat because a comedian is making an edgy joke. And that was like back then. Things have gotten worse since. And, you know, is there a conversation about it? Like, would there be required for someone to actually bring it up? And, you know, if it doesn't, then it wouldn't look good on the international stage if Britain starts losing citizens, especially like millionaires and rich people, to the United States. And when they go to the United States, they say, well, I fled persecution from Britain. And you can't really deny that. You know, you can't really say, well, you didn't, if they posted the N-word on Twitter and now they're, you know, the British government is after them. While, again, like, that is vile and beyond the pale, sure, but, like, should the law crack down on you? They're not doing that in the United States, right? Like, they can have a functioning country while at the same time allowing for free speech. Why can't the European Union? Why can't Britain? Anyway, right, I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about it, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.